The moon disappears tonight. Not cracks, not turns blood red, not slowly drifts away over millions of years. It is just gone. One moment, the most familiar object in Earth's sky is hanging there above the horizon, and the next moment there is nothing. No silver disk, no moonlight on rooftops, no pale shape rising over the city. Just a black absence where something has always been. And the terrifying part is this: the world would not end in one giant cinematic explosion. It would do something worse. It would keep going. The sun would still rise. Cars would still move. People would still go to work. But underneath that normal surface, the planet would already be changing. Because the moon is not just decoration. It helps drive the tides, shapes the rhythm of the night, and stabilizes the tilt of the Earth itself. So if it vanished in an instant, what would actually happen first? And how long would it take before Earth stopped feeling like Earth? The first shock would be emotional before it became physical. Within hours, billions of people would look up and realize something impossible had happened. A full moon is one of the brightest natural objects most humans ever see. Its absence would not be subtle. It would feel wrong in a way that is hard to describe, like a mountain disappearing from the horizon or an ocean suddenly going silent. The night would become darker immediately. Not pitch black because the stars would still shine and cities would still glow, but darker in a way human beings have not lived with for as long as civilization can remember. The psychological effect alone would be enormous. Religions, governments, astronomers, and ordinary people would all be thrown into the same moment of disbelief. But even in that chaos, one truth would emerge very quickly. Earth itself would still be here. We would not be hurled off into space. The moon is important, but it does not hold Earth in orbit around the sun. That first day would be eerie precisely because it would feel so normal. Humanity would have enough time to understand that something enormous had been removed from the machinery of the world. Then the oceans would begin to show us the cost. The moon is the main driver of Earth's tides. The sun contributes too, but not nearly as much. So the seas would not suddenly freeze in place, but their pulse would weaken dramatically. Coasts around the world would begin behaving differently. Harbors would shift. Estuaries would change. Tidal flats would lose part of the force that defines them. Places famous for violent rises and falls in sea level would become quieter, flatter, stranger. Fishing patterns would start to break. Shipping schedules built around predictable tidal movement would need to be rewritten. Mudflats and salt marshes that depend on regular flooding would begin changing shape and function. Entire ecosystems would be thrown off rhythm. The moon does not just move water. It gives coastlines a heartbeat. And in a single night, that heartbeat would weaken. Not enough for everyone to panic on day one, but enough for scientists to realize that one of Earth's oldest systems had just been crippled. And once that rhythm broke, life would begin feeling it almost everywhere. Countless species use moonlight, lunar cycles, or tidal timing as part of migration, hunting, spawning, nesting, and survival. The darker nights alone would change the behavior of predators and prey almost immediately. Creatures that move by moonlight would lose a navigational guide that had always existed. Coastal animals that depend on tides would be pushed out of sync. Sea turtles, seabirds, fish, coral, insects, nocturnal mammals, all of them would be forced to adapt to a world that suddenly stopped following the old pattern. Humans like to imagine we are above that kind of change, but the loss would hit us too. The moon has shaped calendars, mythologies, rituals, navigation, agriculture, literature, and the emotional feel of night itself. And one of the strangest losses would be purely visual. Total solar eclipses would vanish forever. Those rare moments when the sun is perfectly covered only happen because the moon and sun appear almost the same size in our sky. Remove the moon, and that eerie cosmic coincidence dies with it. No more full moons, no more crescent hanging low above a skyline, no more lunar eclipses. The sky would still be beautiful, but it would no longer be the sky human beings evolved with. But the deeper danger would not arrive in the first week, or even the first year. It would come later, slowly, the way truly planetary changes often do. The moon helps stabilize Earth's axial tilt. Right now, the planet leans at about 23.4 degrees, and that tilt is one of the main reasons our seasons are relatively stable. Without the moon acting as a gravitational stabilizer, Earth's tilt could vary much more wildly over long periods of time. That means the climate itself could become less predictable. Over immense stretches of time, the geometry of the planet's seasons could drift into something more chaotic. Regions that once had familiar seasonal patterns could be pushed into harsher extremes. The danger here is not that winter suddenly becomes endless next Tuesday. It is that the planet loses one of the quiet systems that has helped keep it steady. The moon is like a hidden mechanical brace attached to Earth's spin. You never notice it because it has always been doing its job. Remove it, and the instability does not arrive with fireworks. It arrives with silence and then compounds over ages. There is another strange twist inside all of this. The moon has also been gradually slowing Earth's rotation through tidal interactions over billions of years. It has been quietly acting like a brake on the spinning planet, even as it slowly drifts farther away. So if the moon vanished instantly, the length of a day would not suddenly jump into some dramatic new number. There would be no instant 30-hour day, no immediate lurch in sunrise and sunset. But the long-term braking system would be gone. That matters because it reveals what the moon really is. Not a passive rock in the sky, not just a source of pale light. It has been shaping the oceans, the sky, the tilt, the timing, and even the spin of Earth for ages beyond comprehension. It has been participating in the structure of our world the entire time, mostly without us noticing. That is what makes this scenario so unsettling. If the moon vanished, humanity would not just lose a view. We would lose part of the operating system of the planet. So would humanity survive? In the immediate sense, yes. There would be no instant extinction on the first night. That is the answer to the obvious question. But it is also the wrong question. The better question is whether Earth would remain the same kind of world. And the answer to that is no. The tides would weaken. Nights would darken. Ancient biological rhythms would break. Eclipses would disappear. And over the long arc of time, Earth could become a less stable, more chaotic planet because one silent guardian in the sky had been removed. The moon feels ordinary only because it has always been there. It has become invisible through familiarity. But if it vanished, we would finally understand what it was doing for us the entire time. Not shining, not decorating, not inspiring poetry, holding part of the world together. And maybe that is the creepiest part of all. The moon is close enough to dominate our nights, gentle enough to feel harmless, and constant enough to be ignored. We treat it like background scenery because it always comes back. But in this scenario, it does not come back. There is only a hole where one has always existed. A missing clock in the sky, a missing hand on the ocean, a missing stabilizer beneath every season we have ever known. The first people who looked up would call it impossible. The next would call it a crisis. And eventually, everyone on Earth would understand the same thing at once. We had mistaken familiar for unimportant. And the moment the moon disappeared, the planet would begin teaching us the price of that mistake.